I am taking us inside the Buren Historical Poorhouse Museum in Lawrence, Michigan.
There's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have died on this piece of property.
Oh my God, what the hell was that? Wait, the fan just turned on by itself? Is there anybody in here with me right now?
There were only body parts left, not a whole body.
I'm Connor Biddle. As a young boy, my family moved into a seemingly ordinary house. It held secrets beyond imagination. It was there that I first encountered the supernatural, an experience that would stay with me for a lifetime. From that moment on, my fascination with the paranormal was born. Over the years, I've dedicated myself to capturing the unexplained on camera.
It's lighting up, yeah. Awesome.
Join me as I spend the night in places where the lines between our world and the unknown blur, aiming to document every chilling encounter.
Do you want me to come back there?
Yes.
Oh my God.
If you're ready, it's time to spend the night with me inside some of the most haunted locations across the country. Welcome to my Paranormal Encounters.
Hey guys, welcome back to this YouTube channel. My name is Connor, and on tonight's episode of Paranormal Encounters, I am taking us inside the Buren Historical Poorhouse Museum in Lawrence, Michigan. Now this place is spooky. I was filming some B-roll around this place earlier, and there are artifacts in every room. I want to say there's like 40 some rooms in this building, and every one of them is full of artifacts. Now these artifacts are inside this museum are not all from this place. They're all from all over the place, all over the county. And if you believe in that theory about the paranormal, that people are attached to objects after death, this is a great location for that. Now, people have experienced disembodied voices, they've heard footsteps, they have seen apparitions, lights turn on and off by themselves. And not only that, but there have been multiple people who have passed away in this location. In the late 1800s, there was 14 people who died in a fire here. There have been murders, there have been suicides. This place, guys, I'm hoping tonight we capture some really good paranormal activity, and we ourselves can also experience maybe some disembodied voices or capture some EVPs of anyone and find out more about what their life was like when they lived here. I'm super excited for this place. We're about to meet Tad, the interviewee who knows the history and all the paranormal stuff that takes place inside this building. Now, before we get into this video, if you haven't already, please smash that like button down below, and please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel so you guys can follow along with me through all my paranormal spooky adventures. Now, why don't we say we get inside, find out some of this history and all the paranormal activity that takes place inside this museum.
Buren County Museum is actually a poorhouse. Back in the old days, every county had a poorhouse. There was no welfare system. If you could not physically, mentally, or financially take care of yourself, you came to the poorhouse to live till you got on your feet or you passed. As far as we know, we are the last standing operating poorhouse in the state. And we have 44 rooms. We give tours here. Every room has a different theme, from a general store, a barber shop, dentist office, doctor's office, to all kinds of bedrooms. And there's tons of antiques. I have worked here, we're thinking about 18, 19 years. I actually came here for a tour on a Saturday afternoon. I fell in love with the place, and I've been coming back every weekend since.
When did you first start noticing that this place had any kind of source of paranormal activity?
People told me that there was a ghost of a little girl on the fairgrounds, and the fairgrounds are right behind the museum. And when I came out here, when you volunteer here, you'll have an experience, or more than one. And I would always hear people talking on the second floor. When I was on the first, you go up there and there's nobody. Hear people coming up and down the stairs and there's nobody.
Hello?
Over the life of the building, it's about 150 years old, died here. And all the paranormal groups that have ever come out here say they're not mean or bad spirits, they're just stuck.
What is your first paranormal experience you've had here?
The very first one directly to me, I was coming up from the basement. It was dark when I was here, and the light came on by itself. and never did it before, and it's never done it after. But I kind of just shrugged it off because the electric here is very weird. To turn on the third floor electric, you have to turn it on the second floor. So it's very wired very strangely. The second thing that happened, my son and I were here on a Wednesday afternoon. Somebody donated a display case, and we were talking about how we were going to get it up to the second floor. And something said something to us. And I turned to him, and he said to me, he goes, "If that wasn't the floor that creaked, I'm never coming back." So I kept my mouth shut. The third thing that happened to me was on a paranormal investigation. Dan, who runs the group, at the very end of the night, he asked the hack box, he goes, "Do you have a message for Tad?" And room full of people, there probably was 40 people or better. The only word that came through the hack box was the word walnuts. And everybody, when they were looking at me, they said the blood just drained from my face. And they're like, "Walnuts?" And the reason is, that night before I came here, in the back of my property is a huge black walnut tree, and I thought I'll pick up some of these walnuts, dry them out over the winter for my mom. Got in my truck, came here, never thought anything more about it. Whatever it was with me there. And that almost terrified me enough never to come back. But the one that really got me, that I almost called it quits, I was given a tour on a Sunday afternoon, bright sunshine. We were on the second floor, the ladies' side, and there was a room that had a black mourning dress on a mannequin. And the mannequin had, on the stand, it has 4 feet. And it sat there for years in the corner. And I always talk about a flapper dress from the 20s that was on display. As I'm talking about it, this mannequin fell forward. And she fell forward so fast, I stuck my hand out to stop her. And she stopped in midair, and she just raised herself back up again. And that was almost it for me. And the guy I was giving the tour to, he said, "Oh, you know, the ghosts are trying to talk to you." And I kind of laughed it off with him. After I got done with the tour and I walked him out, I told the other 2 volunteers with me, I said, "That mannequin moved." I said, "We got to go back up there." I jumped up and down on the floor. I kicked the walls. I did everything. And there's no reason why that thing should have tipped forward. And there's especially no reason that it should have ever straightened itself back up again. Well, a few years ago, before the storm hit, the motion detector would go off every night. I get a call from the alarm company, and they said, "There's motion in the music room." And I would say, "Well, are any of the doors or windows showing breached?" "No." I said, "Well, you know, I'll check it out tomorrow." We come down here, nobody left a window open. There's no curtains moving. And this went on night after night after night. So finally, after about 2 weeks of this, I come here and I just say to the empty air, I said, "Listen, you guys, I have to get up at 5 a.m. for my job. When you get me up at 3, I'm not going back to sleep. I'm basically losing 2 hours worth of sleep. Can you just stop it?" And it stopped. Well, Charlie, who was one of the volunteers here, he was actually working here by himself on a Sunday, hanging a map, and he heard a woman just scream. So he thought somebody had come in and fell down the stairs, because there's 4 floors if you count the basement. There's a lot of stairs, and if you're not careful, you will fall down them. He searched high and low, never did figure out who the lady was that screamed. He was also given a tour one day to 3 sisters, broad daylight on a Wednesday, and one lady said, "Well, who's that lady that just stuck her head around the corner?" And Charlie said, "Well, what are you talking about?" And they described this lady, what she was wearing. And Charlie's like, "We don't have anybody here like that." One of the contractors, when they were working here repairing it from the storm, when he got done with his assignment, he told his boss at the construction company, he said, "Thank God I don't have to go back to that museum." And his boss said, "What was wrong?" He goes, "I'm tired of listening to those people walk up and down the steps all day." There's 2 recorded suicides. One of the gentleman hung himself. The tree's long gone. This was back in the 1800s. Same way with the fire happened in the late 1800s. Never did figure out how it started or who started it. You know, you have to realize back then there was no forensic stuff. The sad part, though, is since it's a multi-story building, 14 people were caught on the upper floors and didn't make it out. And one of the people that was on the upper floor, Mrs. Wilson, and her son and daughter came to live here because the husband was very abusive. They'd only been here 2 or 3 days. The little boy was on the men's side, and of course the ladies were on the ladies' side when the fire happened. The little boy made it out, but Mrs. Wilson and her daughter did not make it out. The fire was so intense that if you read the old newspaper articles, one guy was only identified by his belt buckle because he had a belt that he wore a huge buckle on. It was so intense and so hot that there were only body parts left, not a whole body. So the parts were all put together in a mass grave, and they're buried here on the fairgrounds, connected to the museum. A lot of times there's a spirit of a young girl. She will tell you her name is Anna, and she comes through. And she has talked to us about the Play-Doh that's up on the 3rd floor. She's played hide and seek with us, but she's very, very active. The county hospital was actually on the other side of the parking lot, and it was the county hospital up until the 60s. So it was the county hospital during the Spanish influenza and everything else, the Great Depression and all that. And if you think of all the people who died here of natural causes, the ones that died in the fire, and the ones that died of the sickness in the hospital right across the grounds, there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have died on this piece of property.
Okay, everyone, so I just got done doing my interview with Tad. Now that I know some more about some of the paranormal activity that takes place here, it is pretty spooky. I'm up in the attic right now by myself. And so Tad is downstairs on the 1st floor. And what I decided to bring up with me is I brought up the music box and the yes or no device. Now, I also did just do a poll on YouTube a few hours ago where you guys get to vote where I'm going to be at. Now, I did do a poll of 5 of the spookiest places I saw while I was doing my B-roll where I was walking through this location filming the inside. And by popular demand, let me pull that up for you guys so you guys can see, well, pretty much what I can see where my fate is at. You guys are deciding my fate. This place is huge. There's like 40 some rooms, I want to say. And according to Tad, there's some really spooky stuff that happens here that I didn't even know about. So you guys voted, and according to their voting, you guys, out of the 5 places that I found while I was filming, basement, 1950s themed room, attic, doctor themed room, an old music instrument room. And of course, by 126 votes at this moment, we've got 20% old music instrument room, 13% doctor themed room, attic 21%, which is where I'm at right now, 15% 1950s themed room, and of course the winner, the basement, 32%. You guys always vote for me to go to the basement. The basement's huge. Now, people have had weird experiences in the basement. I know someone named Philip who told me before I even got a chance to interview Tad that he had spoken to a little girl down in the basement the last time he was here. And according to Tad, there is a little girl who is said to haunt this place, who has been seen outside of this museum over by the fairgrounds where the unmarked graves are pretty much at from the victims who passed away here from the fire. So, thanks guys, thanks. I will be going to the basement, just not right now. What we're gonna do is we're up here in the library room right now, and I figured we would walk around real quick here just so you guys can kind of see this area. Right now, I'm rolling in night vision. I can't see anything up here besides the light right here on my body camera. And that's just so you guys can see everything that I'm looking at when I'm walking around. Let's just take a look at this place up here. Now, I will tell you guys this too. While I was interviewing Tad, I kept hearing voices or people talking. And you know, I don't know this building. I'm not familiar with this place. So it could very well be something natural happening. Maybe the lights were cooling off and making noises. I don't know, but it was just so much that was quite frequently happening. Now, a lot of these rooms that I'm walking by too are not what they were. They're themed rooms. These are all rooms that people used to live in when they were here in the poor farm. Oh my God. I saw this mannequin right here behind me, and I literally thought that was a person standing there for a second. My soul about left my body. I don't remember seeing this when I was up here earlier. All All right, spirits of the Van Buren Historical Poorhouse. My name is Connor, and I'll be here tonight communicating with you and getting to know you and telling your story. I hope you come out and talk with me. I've got a few pieces of equipment I'm going to bring out in a minute, and you can feel free to use them and talk with me and tell me a little bit about you. I heard that some people unfortunately passed away here. I'm sorry for that. And if there's any messages that you might have that you didn't get out in the living life, hopefully you can use me to tell those messages. Even though you guys didn't vote for it, let's go set up in the 1950s room first, since we're already up in the attic. Because the attic is where the 1950s room's at, and it's right here. I just heard a noise. I want to see if this is me walking the wood. Okay, that was not what I heard. I'm trying to debunk this. I literally walked over here. That I don't think was me. If that was you I just heard, I appreciate that noise. Could you make another noise for me again? Is there anybody back there? Well, that was weird. Okay, let's go in the 1950s room. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit this camera down on top of this old TV. Now you guys can kind of see the whole room, including me right here in this body camera. So I've got an old music box right here, and I've got the epoch device. The epoch device is literally just a yes or no device that the longer a spirit can hold on a light, the more likely it's something paranormal. It just simply lights up green for yes, red for no. Now we're going to try to set this up in here and put the music box in the doorway right over here, see if any spirits would like to come in this room and hang out with me. Okay. Put this music box down right here. Might take a minute for it to calibrate. Okay, it's calibrated. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to set up the yes or no device, probably in this chair right here. All right, now I am gonna sit down. Oh my God, this chair is comfy. Okay. All right, spirits of the Van Buren Historic. Is that somebody over there? Oh my God. I see that. Can you do that again for me, please? Are you trying to come in this room? I don't know if this camera is picking this up right now. Somebody out there? I'm looking at the epoch device. Hopefully you guys can see that on this camera right here. Did I just hear? Are you out there playing with the music box right now? I have this device in front of me that will let you answer yes or no questions. I see that. Go ahead, you can come closer. It's not going to hurt you. You got it. There you go. Come closer and it'll keep going off. You got it. Come on. I'm a friendly person in this room. I tell you guys this is creepy. I'm not lying to you. I can see that. Thank you. Can you come in this room and tell me on this device in front of me if that's you using the green light? My name is Connor. You don't got to be shy. You can come and stand right in front of that music box and it will just keep going off, making music. If you want me to go in the hallway, can you light this light up green and I'll go out there with you? Yes. Oh my God, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go out there with you. Oh my God. Well guys, I didn't get a chance to really be in this room and they want me to go out there with them with that music box. Are you standing in front of the music box right now? Because I can't see you. But I have this device in my hand that will let you answer my questions. Are you still out there with me? Are you still out there for me? Can you come talk? There you go. Are you a little girl? I'm literally looking at it. I don't know if you guys can see this. There's nothing standing in front of that. Can I come out there like you said? That is actually kind of crazy. There you go. You've almost got it going all the way off. There you go. Look at that. Thank you for doing that. Look at that. That sounds good, doesn't it? You like that music? It's pretty old-time music, isn't it? Okay. All right, I'm gonna move this device out there, okay? I'll stop this music box. And I'm gonna move this music box. I'm gonna move this box out here. I don't know where you are out here. I'm not sure. I'm gonna put this music box, ooh, I about fell over, right here. It's gonna calibrate again. There's calibrating. Just give it a second, you can use it again. Okay, just move the music box out here so I can stand out here in the hallway. I've also got the epoch device right here on the stairs. Okay, I moved out here in the hallway. Are you still out here with me now? You can light that up green if you are out here. By the way, I appreciate you communicating with me. Now I don't know what happened. Music box is not going off anymore. I just heard another noise. Is there any kids here? I heard that there was a tragic fire that happened here. Are you any of the people that passed away in the fire? Did you leave because I came out here? Well, that's kind of weird. Music box isn't going off. Epoch isn't going off anymore. Do you want me to put the music box back where it was? All you have to light that up is green on that blue box right there. And I'll put the music box back and I'll go back in that 1950s themed room in there. I'm not here to harm anybody or scare anybody. I'm just here to communicate and talk with you and get to know you. No? That's definitely no. Thank you for using that. Okay, I won't go back in that room. Do you want me to go down one more floor? I get this weird ringing in my ear right now. Okay, well, I'm gonna go down one more floor. You can follow me and talk with me throughout the night if this is you that just used the music box and the Epoch device. I appreciate all the communication you just gave me up here. I'm gonna move down a level. Okay, guys, we're gonna go down to the second floor and see what's going on, because that was really strange. I went to go in that room to literally just speak with somebody, and somebody decided to come out right off the bat and use the music box. Okay, that was weird. Great start to the investigation. So we are in the schoolroom right now. This room in here, Tad told me through doing his interview that the REM pods and devices like that like to go off in here. I've moved the music box down to this level. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot the music box down this aisle where kids would have got in and gotten out of their desks. Now this stuff wasn't from here when this place was a poor farm. So this stuff came from other locations. So we're gonna turn on the music box again. It's going to calibrate. All right, now we're going to use the yes or no device again. But instead, we're going to set it right here at this desk. And we're going to walk over here. That way we're out of the way. Okay guys, I'm down here on the second floor and I'm on a room where Tad told me that spirits like to come in here and talk with people. This is the old schoolroom. This is the schoolroom themed room. I've got a music box on the floor down here, and I've also got an Epoch device. Somebody was just using it upstairs in the attic. If you're down here, or if these are new spirits, you are more than welcome to use those devices, make the music box go off, or even use that yes or no device and answer some questions. I'm just here to get to know you and tell some of your story, of your life here. My name is Connor. Are there any spirits in this room with me right now? Green means yes, and red means no. Or you can make that music box go off. It sounds really pretty. Is there anybody in here with me right now? Maybe some kids, maybe some people that used to live here. I heard that there's a spirit named Anna that is here a lot. Can you see me right now? If you're not in this room, you're more than welcome to come in this room. You can open this door right behind me, if you can do that. Let's have a conversation, okay? Yes? Thank you for doing that. Did you used to live here? You can keep using that device right there in front of me, that green and red light. I'll ask you again, okay? Did you used to live here? Did you die here? Do you like it that I'm here right now talking to you? Are you a child spirit? If you're not in this room on this floor, can you light that up green? Are you in the basement? You can light that up green for yes, red for no. If you're still with me in here, all you need to do is light that up green because I don't know if I'm still talking to somebody. Okay. Come down here to from the attic. Absolutely not really much happening. Few responses on the epoch device. Nothing on the music box. Okay, I'm shutting this stuff off. I appreciate anybody who was talking to me just a minute ago. Thank you. I'm going to move on to a different area on this floor, okay? Well, very huge difference from me going from the attic down here to the second floor. Music box isn't even going off. Epoch went off a few times in the schoolroom. We'll have to see if we want to come back here later and try something else up here. Let's go down this hallway down here. This is a toy room or something. Old photography room. Then you got jail cells right here where they would hold, like, I guess you call them inmates, people here, or people being rowdy at this place. They would put them in here. I think this is the men's side. I think it's the men's side. Could be the women's side. I'm not really sure. Okay. Let's see here. Got the old military equipment in here. So I'm gonna just see if I can set up the music box facing this room, this old military room, and see if we can get anything to happen going up the stairs in here. There's old-fashioned World War II uniforms here. Look at that, you got old military uniforms from almost every class or rank, whatever you call it. Maybe these people passed away in the military. I have no idea. I don't know anything about these uniforms here, so forgive me for anybody that knows better than I do. So we're gonna set the music box facing into that room and see what happens. All right, music box is gonna calibrate now. Okay. All right, I've moved to a different section on the second floor here. All I'm running right now is what I call the music box right there. And what that does is just lights up music, makes sound, doesn't hurt anybody. I just used it upstairs in the attic, 3rd floor, and somebody was using it. If there's anybody in this room behind me back here, if you come my way, you can make that music box go off. That would let me know that you're here with me. We kind of use like Morse code since you were in the military. Can you come in here from that room? If there's any spirits attached to their uniform from when they were in service? Or if that was your room when you lived here when it was a poorhouse, you can come up here. You can come out of your room and talk with me. Is there anybody in there? I'm going to have to change the battery on this camera because this camera is dying. So I might have to, unfortunately, in this session I'm just doing right now up here in the military with the music box kind of quickly here because I didn't realize that it is dying quite fast. It was just 3 bars. Now we're down to 2 bars upstairs. Okay, we're going to end it real quick here. All right. Let's move on to an area that everybody wants me to go to.
Even though the 2nd floor was now quiet, I want to show you this next part uncut from my body camera, and I want you to pay attention to everything that is about to happen.
Okay, well, I'm going to move on to the 1st floor, or the basement. Epoch and music box was going off upstairs in the attic. It was pretty creepy. I was trying to go in the 1950s room and I guess speak with somebody in there. I just sat down and before I really got a chance to really explain how the Epoch works, somebody was setting up the music box out in the hallway. Progressively started getting closer where it kept spinning more and more longer. And then the Epoch device was answering questions. I asked if whoever it was, they wanted to go in the hallway, and they answered yes. So went in the hallway, took the music box and moved it somewhere else in the hallway. Music box didn't go off anymore. And the Epoch device said yes to something or no to something. I asked if you want me to go in that room again, and they said no. So I moved on to another floor. So now I'm going down to the basement to do an EVP session. So, yeah, quite interesting so far.
You haven't turned the fan on, did you?
No? Wait, the fan just turned on by itself?
I haven't turned it on. I wondered if you turned it on.
No, I'm standing here. How would I turn it on?
Well, that's what I mean. I didn't know if you, because I sure didn't turn it on.
Is it like a timer?
No. It's just a regular fan. It just all of a sudden now came on. Well, it had to be because it didn't come on until you came in.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, no, I was getting ready to cut to put a new battery in this camera, and I come in here and tell Tab what was going on upstairs in the attic, and heard a beeping noise, and this damn fan behind me just turned on. Have you ever had that happen before?
But this is the room that they turned the light on. When I was coming up from the basement, the light turned on by itself.
This is the room that the light turned on?
Yeah.
Now let's go back a few minutes here and see if that fan was actually on when I first walked in the room and see if we can try to debunk this. The fan was not on when I walked into this room to talk with Ted and change my battery. Now, could this be some kind of faulty wiring in the building, or is this something actually paranormal that just took place and the fan just so happened to turn on when I walked into the room and somebody followed me from upstairs?
Oh. Well, that's quite interesting. Okay, so you want this fan off?
I'm gonna unplug it.
Unplug it? You want me to unplug it?
Yes.
Okay, the fan is unplugged. I'm sorry, spirits, if you turn on the fan, he wants it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so the basement, here I come. I'm down here in the basement now. And I'm down here in the basement because you guys voted for me to be down here on my YouTube channel on the community posts. So thank you, everybody, who decided to put me in another basement at another haunted place. I don't even know why I even bother including a basement. I already know you guys are going to always include me in the basement all the time. So either way, the 1950s room upstairs was still pretty weird because the music box is going off up there, which is great because this is a great first start to this place. It's actually already more active than I thought I was going to get here tonight. And then obviously, as you just saw just a second ago, I was trying to come down here and the fan behind me turned on by itself. Like, that's weird. That is the same room that Tad has had the light turn off and on him when he was here. When he was here, I thought I heard a voice. That was weird. Okay, let's see what happens down here because this basement's freaking creepy, you guys. Thanks a lot. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the music box up again. Down in this basement is where people have actually seen on a flare a person, I guess, of something. So we're going to set the music box up right here. We're going to turn it on. And we're going to go all out down in this basement. We're going to run an EVP session down here. We're going to turn on the epoch device and see what happens down here. I hope you guys can see everything on this body camera and see what I'm seeing is freaking creepy. Okay, we're going to set this device up right here, and now we're going to bring out a voice recorder. In fact, actually, let me move the music box. We're going to move the music box to be more so right there, because I wonder if that's where they caught somebody actually peeking in here. Hopefully you guys are seeing the epoch and the music box with this body camera, because it's kind of hard to film an episode with just myself, to be honest with you. Okay, I'm going to pull out the digital voice recorder. We're going to set the voice recorder right here and do a voice recording session, see if we can get any EVPs down here. And on top of that, get some of the equipment to go off to help validate what I'm hearing on the voice recorder when I go home to edit and listen to this. Did you just make the music box go off? All right, rolling a voice recorder. Van Buren Museum Basement EVP session. Can you make that music box go off again for me, please? Really hoping you guys can see that because my camera's turned on my body right now. Let me just set this camera down right here. You guys can see me now down here. Okay. Oh God, there's a rat! There's a freaking rat! Oh my God, the rat scared the crap out of me. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry, I just got... What? There's nobody in front of that music box. There's nothing in front of that music box right now. Just made a tapping noise. Can you make that music box go off again for me, please? This time, if you stand in front of it, it will keep going off. I've got a voice recorder right here with an orange light. If you want to say something to me, you can speak into that orange light and I can hear you later. My name is Connor, and I'm simply only here to communicate with you and get to know you. I also have a blue box right there. You light that up. Green for yes. Green for yes. Thank you. Yes, just like that. That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, green means yes and red means no. You can answer yes or no questions. I can see you right now, but if you speak in this orange light, I can hear you later. I can hear your voice. And if you stand in front of that music box, I can see you standing there. These are just tools to communicate with you. They don't hurt anybody. I'm simply here just to communicate with you. My name is Connor. Can you see me right now where I'm standing at? Are you trapped here? Can you make a noise in here? Well, that noise came from out there. I did hear a noise. Pretty faint. Not sure if the audio and the camera will pick that up. But I want to mark that for when I go back on this. I heard that there was somebody that came down here with a flare. Yes. See? Yeah. And, okay. You're getting closer. That thing's picking you up. You can come closer. Almost. There you go. Hoping this body camera's picking that up. If you come closer, I feel like I got touched over here. Is that you that's trying to make that music box go off? Can you show me in that box, yes, for green? There you go, you're getting closer. You just got to walk up those stairs. If you're down there. Are you in this basement with me somewhere? You almost got the music box to go off. I know you can do it. Somebody's down there trying to come up the stairs or something. I heard that there was somebody down here peeking and somebody caught them on the camera. Are you the one that they caught? You don't have to be shy. There's also a laundry room down here. If you're someone that used to do the laundry here, you can obviously come in here and talk with me too. All right, so we got a thing that just turned on over there. I'm sorry, I got to move from this room. Something just turned on down here and I can't turn it off. It's some kind of fan of some sort. I got to move. All right, guys, sorry about that. I don't know what that thing is. It's some kind of fan and I don't know how to turn that off. So we got to move to a different area. It's some kind of pump thing that they have here. And I don't think going down there would take me anywhere else down there. So we're going to have to go around the other side of this basement. And this is the old laundry room I'm walking in right now. They used to do all the laundry down here. The old diner. Gonna need to go to a different area though because that thing just turned on. It's too loud. And there's a air conditioner down here. Turn this. There we go. Turn the air conditioner off down here. And there's another one down in that room, down there in the carriage room. Now, I have someone I know named Philip, and he came here, and he said the last time he was here, down in that room, which is the carriage room, he was talking to a little girl, he said. So, let's see if we can get anything to happen down here, I guess. We'll run the epoch in the... Hello? What the hell was that? Hello? Did this door just open? Old pictures in there. Let's try to replicate that. That sounds pretty close. Okay, maybe I wonder if I caught this door opening on camera. Oh my God, that is the door. Listen to that. That was the door, I think. I'm gonna have to go back and review this on video and see if that door was just caught opening, but that sounds like the noise I just heard. Okay, when I tell you my heart is pounding in my chest, it is pounding in my chest. Being in this basement alone. I wonder if I caught that on camera. I don't even know if that was even the door, but the door sounds just like that. That was freaking weird. See, now it stays shut. I don't know. That was freaking weird. Okay. Well, I think it's a great time now to bring out some stuff real quick here. Okay. We're going to set the music box facing that way now, I guess, because, well, originally I was going to do it in the carriage room, but I think right in here will be a great way to do it. So now it's calibrating. Going towards that room. We're going to set the yes or no device right here. So I'm actually going to film the music box. And I'm going to film the epoch. Okay, I don't know if I just heard the door open down here, but that noise just scared me. Did somebody try to open that door in front of me? Green means yes and red means no. I've also got a music box right here in front of me, a little black thing down on the floor. It lights up old-time music. If you stand or walk in front of that, that will go off if you're around that area. Can you tell me yes or no if that was you I just heard a minute ago? Are you trying to scare me out of the basement in here? You're going to have to open the door all the way to scare me out of this basement. And if that was the noise I just heard, where the door opened a little bit, I'm going to need that to open all the way. I heard you can turn on and off lights. And if that fan really did turn on by you or somebody here when I was in there talking to Tad, I know you can open a door. Can you hear me right now? Is there somebody down here with me in the basement? I know that that noise is going on, but I really want to run a voice recording session real quick here and just see if I can get any kind of EVPs to happen down here. Yes. Yes, okay, I'm gonna run some voice recordings right now. You can use this device in front of me to speak with me, okay? Voice recording number 2 at the Van Buren Museum. We are in the basement, right in front of the carriage room. Okay, my name is Connor. I heard a noise a minute ago, and somebody just answered yes on the Epoch device. And when I was talking about taking out this device so you can hear, so I can hear you. Did you open that door just a minute ago? Is that the noise I just heard? In fact, what I'm going to do, guys, rule of thumb, I'm going to actually set this voice recorder down on this table. Okay, voice recorder sitting down on the table. So if I do accidentally move it with my hands, it's not going to make some kind of EVP that I think is an EVP. Can you come through and speak in that orange light that's on that table for me, please? Did I just hear the door crackle open? You can answer yes or no on that device. You can speak in that orange light and tell me and I can hear you later. Or you can walk in front of that music box on the floor and I can see you. I'm actually going to set this camera down over here. Oops. She'll set it down right over here. It should pick me up. There we go. I'm not moving anymore. Okay. My friend was here not long ago. We might know Philip. And he said he communicated with a little girl down here. Is that true? If you light that up green, that means yes, and red means no. Or you can speak into that orange light, and I can hear you later. I can hear your voice. I'm not really sure how he communicated with you. But if you used a voice recorder, there's another one right there. You can talk in that one. Are you still here? It's kind of noisy down here from that pump thing that's in that carriage room. So it might be difficult for me to hear you. You got to speak kind of loud. And if you use that music box, I'll really appreciate that. It hasn't gone off at all down here right now in this room. Okay, I'm going to stop the voice recorder real quick here. I want to try something. Now guys, there are so many paranormal content creators on YouTube who, I'm going to say, like to fake things on YouTube. And I have something I want to test out about that noise I just heard that I thought was the door opening. Now, at the time of me recording this, right now in this moment, I have no clue if I caught that door opening, if that was even the door. But I did just shut off that air thing. And what I want to do is I want to turn on for a few seconds, and then I want to flip it off and sit in here and see if that noise pops because of that. I want to see if that was what I just heard. Because you got to try to debunk things when you're in the paranormal. You know, not everything is paranormal. Let's turn this on real quick. Okay, so this is on right now. Give it a second. All right, now we're going to turn it off. Turn it all the way off. And now we wait. Give it a few moments and see if it pops. If it pops, that's what I just heard. I don't know how long it was until I turned that off. I walked in this room. I feel like it almost happened almost right away. I'm pretty sure I was standing still when it happened, so I don't think I would have caused the door to open either. But while we're waiting, let's test the door. Let's try it out. Door is shut. I know you guys like that, but no, I can't get this door to pop open. And the fan pump thing finally turns off. And that thing is not going off over there. No clicking noise or anything. I can't get this door to pop open either. So if I caught the door popping open, that's wild.
Now let's see if the door opening was the noise we just heard. Looks like the door was open when I walked into this room, so that is debunked. But this still doesn't explain what caused this noise, and for that, this is left as unknown. And for the remainder of the night, this would be the only time I hear something like this.
I've spent enough time in this basement, y'all. Thanks a lot for you guys voting for this. If you guys want to vote on what I do at places, I'm not going to tell you guys the locations, so choose wisely. But make sure you're subscribed here to this YouTube channel if you haven't already. Please hit that like button and please smash that subscribe button so you guys can keep up with all my spooky adventures and so you can also partake in all of the voting about what I do when I'm at locations alone. Let's go up to the attic now. Okay guys, I just got done with being in the basement as requested by everybody. Right in front of me is where they would keep, I guess what you want to call inmates. It says right here, this barred room was used to house intoxicated or mentally unstable inmates, as they were called, until they could either sober up or quiet down. So we're going to set up some equipment. We brought up a REM pod now, and we're bringing in a Paratune. A Paratune is made by Ghost Gear Tech, and they're the same creators who make the Epoch device. It takes 12 seconds to calibrate, and basically it's a giant sensor that can see all around itself. Now, it can actually see things through the wall. It sounds really weird to say that because I didn't believe it, but my uncle walked behind a door, and I was testing this out, and it literally went off with him behind a door. I don't know how it works like that, but we're going to try to do that out here. I'm going to set this up right over here by this doorway. Once I hit the turn on button, I got to run real quick here because it takes 12 seconds to calibrate, and I don't want it to pick me up. We're going to set that camera right there so it can see it. We're also going to set up a REM pod and right outside the cell, so it's not going off. We're going to set up a REM pod. Okay, we're going to shut the cell, and hopefully it doesn't lock. Did you just, are you making the REM pod go off? Instantly. Can you guys see that on the camera? Sorry, now you guys can see it. Are you making the REM pod go off? You can make the go off again. I'm in the cell right now. I can't get out there. Can you make that go off for me again, please? I'm trapped in here. I also got a device with a blue light back there. I haven't ever seen it really work. If you go near it, it's going to go off, and I'll see you over there. My name is Connor. Can you get me out of here? Let's play sort of a game, I guess. If you ever had to spend time in this cell, can you light up that REM pod, that red light with the antenna. Doesn't hurt anybody, it just makes a noise. It shows me you're standing over there. And if you're not right there, there's a blue light behind it. If you make it go off, it does like a do-do-do-do-do, a little jingle. Somebody was just making that go off as soon as I got in the cell. I still got the voice recorder on me, actually. We'll run another voice recorder session since there is no pumps up here. All right. We're going to run another one right there. All right, voice recording session. This is the Van Buren jail cell area. I'm being completely still. If you just made that REM pod go off, can you talk in this orange light and tell me who you are? I would really appreciate that. My name is Connor. What is yours? Gotta keep checking my lavalier because it's dying. Is there anything you want me to tell people? Anything you want the people to know about you? We're going to stop the voice recorder. All right, stand up. My knees are killing me. All right, turn off this voice recorder. Okay, jail cell is open. If you're up here on this floor, you can make any of these devices go off for me, please. I heard that people have captured a woman screaming here. Footsteps. Lights turning on and off. And earlier, I witnessed the fan turn on when I was talking to Tad. If that was you. I'm going to stop this equipment real quick here, guys. Okay. All right, so everybody. So I just want to say I think this is coming to the end of our investigation here at the Van Buren Historical Poorhouse Museum. I came in here not thinking that there was going to be quite a bit of stuff happening and was a little shocked, actually. I still have to go back and look over and see if that door opening, or what I thought was a door opening, was even a door opening at all. And I'm hoping it was, and this camera right here caught it, because that would be the holy grail of what I could capture going at some places besides an apparition, or literally having a ghost come up and talk to me. So I just want to say, if you haven't already, please hit that like button down below, and please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel so you guys can stay up to date on all my spooky adventures. I'm hitting the road as soon as I leave here to film more places. I'm filming back to back coming up after this location. So I hope you guys join me for this adventure of where I'm going. And if you didn't know, we just launched a new merch site. That link for that place is right here. It's paranormalencounterstv.com. That's where you can see all the episodes, all the social media, and get yourself some nice little Paranormal Encounters merch. So with that said, I'm going to hop off here and we're going to wrap up our investigation. I want you guys know I appreciate you if you got all the way to the end of this video. I'm gonna let Tad tell you guys how to book an investigation here.
You can find us on Facebook, Van Buren County Historical Society, or the Poorhouse Museum. And I meet people here after work every Friday, Saturday night. We do amateur ones. If we don't have professional people coming in like tonight, we'll do amateur ones. We also do the amateur ones on, I call it the matinee one, on Sunday afternoons for people who don't want to be out late. And you know what? Everybody thinks you have to do it at night. The most terrifying things have happened to me broad daylight on a Sunday afternoon. So I don't think the spirits are bound by any clock. They just do whatever they do whenever they want to do it. So like saying, or if you're not into the ghost things as much, just take a regular tour. You know, there's 44 rooms of history, and take a guided tour, because if you just walk through yourself, you won't know any of the backstories, and there's a lot of good backstories.
All right, everybody, I am off. This is it. This is the end of the Paranormal Encounters episode here at the Van Buren Historical Poorhouse Museum. I will see you guys next Saturday, next spooky Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I can't wait for you guys to see where I'm headed to next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.